Oh man, but we're doing it's for the bingo. I have to ask. It's so rude. I don't like this. We got the win without Titan. Where is it? Kill without Titan. Oh. Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to the Red Face Minutes channel. We are playing stock Amulet with a slight twist, and that twist is that today, as we play through our league, we are going to be playing Amulet Bingo. I made this using a tool online, and we'll see if we can get a bingo through the course of the league or not. There's a couple of things that are a little more specific and some that are more general, and you'll notice that the free space is the turn 3 Titan, because that should always happen. So, without further ado, let's jump in for match 1. And not my favorite opening hand here, unfortunately. So we're gonna mulligan. This hand's more reasonable. We need a bounce land, but we will keep. And we could potentially transmute the Telarios for bounce land if we were to have a blue land to copy with Vesuva and double Amulet or something like that. But I don't think it's super likely, and having actual second Titan is better against discard, because we may not get to the point where we're transmuting, so we just gotta hope we'll top deck a bounce land in a couple draws. No Titan is ever getting Leyline. You would be surprised. I've had it happen numerous times, mostly against 4-color. Sometimes they gotta do what they gotta do. Our opponent leads on the peatland. We'll just play our Saga here and pass. You would be surprised. Not only have I had my Titan Leyline bindinged, I have also killed that same binding with a Boseiju to get a rebuy of Titan triggers. Not once, not twice, but like 3 times at least. Not in the same game, obviously. Oh no, are we playing against Yogg? Because that's not good news. Oh no. Well, we have some specific sideboard cards for this matchup. We drew our Spelunking. Right, I mean, we could Vesuva Saga here, and then plan to get Amulet and Map. I mean, I guess that, or we can Mycosynth filter into Grazer, put in the Vesuva, which is probably a little bit better. Let's do that. We're going to have plenty of mana upcoming, so we might be getting an Expedition map off of one of these sagas. We'll see. Hashtag never cut map. Exactly. Killing Leyline Binding is what I'm here for. That's the reason I play Magic. Just to go pop. Goodbye, Leyline Binding. Pendlehaven. Interesting. It always surprises me to see Pendlehaven out of Yogg, which is what I'm presuming our opponent is on. I mean, it makes sense. And nothing? They're just passing? That's it, huh? That's all? Okay. Holding up Boseiju, perhaps? It's the only explanation that I can think of. Well, I guess we just get Bounce Land now, use our mana to map, and then next turn be able to go off by copying Amulet, pay Bounce Land, Grazer, or Spelunking into Bounce Land again. It's probably fine. So if our opponent's going to cord for 0 on our instep to get Dryad Arbor. You never know, it could happen. Let's just go ahead and set up map for now. And I don't see a reason not to just pop it, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and map. That way I get the sweet F6 value. Get our Growth Chamber. Never lost to Yawgmoth. That's quite a feat, because I find Yawgmoth to be not a particularly great matchup. Last time I lost to Yawgmoth, most recently, was to them putting a Fulminator Mage under an Agatha's Soul Cauldron and then repeatedly Fulminatoring me over and over and over again. That was fun. Oh, they do have the Boseiju, which I'm not super surprised about. Interesting. If we can draw an untapped source, we'll be able to Spelunking in the Growth Chamber. Strangle Rootgeist. Delighted Halfling. Okay, I will block. I'll block you. No untapped source. Very sad. Last time you played against Yogg was a year ago? That's wild. I mean, Yogg is not super popular, but it's not super unpopular either. It might be more popular now that Amulet is kind of one of the better decks in the format. I mean, right now, the Agatha Soul Cauldron isn't really doing much, but oh, we got a black legendary mana being floated, so probably looking at a Yogg here. Oh, Grist. Okay, we could beat a Grist, especially since we have Spelunking as a second Amulet here. That makes sense. I'm going to be doing some studying later today if I can make myself. Let's get the Spelunking into play. If we drew a bounce land, I think we'd be short. Didn't find it anyways, doesn't matter. Well, we have Titan next turn with Spelunking. Let's play this Naming Beast, I guess, in case we want to Cultivator or Grazer. And speaking of Grazer, we're going to hold on to this for mana purposes if we were to find a bounce land. So next turn we can Titan, get bounce land, pick one up, play bounce land, Grazer in bounce land, and maybe go for like a Colossus line, or just go double Titan. There might be a line where we can haste Titan, or we can haste both Titans. I don't know for sure though. So we play Titan, get double bounce land. One card in hand is not super threatening here. Mill over a Blood Artist with the Grist, which actually is really good for us, especially considering they didn't exile the Blood Artist with the Cauldron, because that means they can't oh, well, I mean, guess they wouldn't get this ability. It's only activated abilities, right? So it means that they have to literally kill us and, like, recycle their graveyard with Blood Artist and Endurance just to be able to kill us. So the fact that they can't just chord for Blood Artist to kill us instantaneously adds an additional layer of complication to their combo, so they don't seem to have it. The question is, what can we actually do here? We can Titan, get haste land, bounce land, play the bounce land, play pack for Dryad, play Dryad. See, haste land, bounce land, like let's say haste land, Slesny Sanctuary, Graves in the Sanctuary, play Dryad, play land, get 2 triggers, and then haste Titan still. I think that's the best that we can do. It's not great against a Boseiju potentially, but I think that basically wins, so. They usually have at least 1 or 2 endurances main, I think, but I'm not sure with Agatha's Soul Cauldron in the mix. Like, before Soul Cauldron, they definitely played at least 1 or 2 endurances main. I don't know if they still do now. I haven't had a whole lot of time to actually keep up with Modern, unfortunately. But luckily, with Amulet, sometimes you don't need to keep up with Modern. You just need to run through the line that kills your opponent. Are they gonna Boseiju Spelunking? Do they have second Boseiju here? Fetching. Okay. Looks like they might have, like, Chord for Yogg, perhaps? They have Yogg here, that makes things a little more complicated. In fact, if they have Yogg here, it might be right to just get double bounce land and then go for Colossus next turn. Chord for Yogg, okay. So now we can't kill them with Dryad because they'll be able to mow our Dryad down. They changed most of their board to do so, but, you know. The timing on this chord is kind of weird. I don't know why they wouldn't just chord last turn for Yogg, and that way they could play another Undire or something else that they drew. Like, the fact that they waited on the chord until now doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Although, if they're going after the Titan immediately, maybe we can get them with Valakut in hand, naturally. I mean, we can't... I guess we would have to kill the Strangleroot Geist with the Valakut and hope they don't find more Undying creatures. Because if we kill the Yogg, they just exile it with... Oh, they have Boseiju also? Okay. Well, that one's not particularly easy to beat. The Chord for Yogg at instant speed into draw the second Boseiju. Second Boseiju naturally. Rough. Well, now what? It's probably still just gotta be Cultivator, right? We probably don't have enough time to, like, try to set up... We're gonna get an Amulet next turn and be able to copy it with the Mycosynth. So probably just double bounce land and going for a big Colossus turn is gonna be the move. I'll get Sanctuary Growth Chamber, I suppose. Gotta actually stack these. We're not technically dead here. We're not, like, exactly alive, though. I was gonna potentially go for Dryad after resolving the Titan trigger, but then when they Boseiju'd the Spelunking and we're not gonna get the untaps and be able to cast Dryad this very turn, I think it's better to set up for Colossus. They're doing more Yogg things. Hard to imagine not being dead, but then again, they do have the Blood Artist in the graveyard, so maybe we're not... Maybe it's a lot less likely for us to be dead than otherwise, just because they happen to hit the one of Blood Artist. I'm gonna sneak a peek at the bingo over here and see if we've already gotten something. Okay, so depending, I mean, okay, so there is a spot for losing the fast combo, but our opponent hasn't comboed us especially fast this game. So I don't know if this counts as losing the fast combo, especially since the piece that actually kills us of their combo, the Blood Artist, is in their graveyard. It's like, now they get lots of mana with the Wall of Roots. That's pretty cool. Of course, they haven't killed our Titan yet because they can just use the Yogg Proliferate to put the last counter on the Titan and kill it that way. This little innocuous Mycosynth Gardens might be making a huge difference. But of course, we do have some sideboard tech for this matchup. Oh, and they have the main deck Endurance, so we're probably just actually dead here. But we do have some cursed totems in the sideboard. Activated abilities of creatures can't be activated. Take that, Yawgmoth and Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Activated abilities, pfft, who wants those? Definitely not me. Alright, well this is going to take forever considering my laptop is really slow at the moment. My laptop's not really equipped for streaming and playing music and playing Magic at the same time, so we're just going to move on to the next game and assume that we're dead. Respect my time, respect your time, give our opponent the respect they deserve for having gotten the win, and move on. Maybe cutting Sagas against them isn't great. Sometimes they have Mages of the Moon as well, so I don't know. It's generally just a pretty rough matchup. Well, we get to go turn 3 Spelunking into turn 4 Azusa into something. Doesn't particularly seem fast enough. I guess we'll mulligan. Now we have the Cursed Totem. And our only green source is Cavern, but at least that Cavern can play a Dryad and unlock all of our other greens, so we'll keep this one. And honestly, I'm kind of interested in bottoming the Titan here. I think the Spelunking as a redraw towards more lands could be helpful, so we'll find another threat. Or just have double Tolarios to find threats eventually anyways. Cursed Totem gets through the Fulminator lock too, because they can't use Fulminator Mage, so it is the ultimate Yogg sideboard card. Although I don't think it does anything to Grist. sadly enough, Grist on the battlefield is not a creature, but is a planeswalker instead. And considering they didn't play turn 1 Dork, this makes me want to go Tolaria West here and just be able to slam Dryad next turn. I think it's fine. Or we can just, like, play Curse Totem next turn and then go from there. See if our opponent has another Soul Cauldron here. 2 mana, Wall of Roots, perhaps? Strangleroot, Geist? Wall of Roots. Yep. They gotta have some sort of mana acceleration, right? Still no 1-drop. Very unfortunate for our opponent. Do we need to be playing the Cursed Totem here? That's the question. It's an interesting question. If they were literally just slam Yogg next turn, then like it doesn't really do anything. It prevents them from getting 1 extra mana from the wall, but I don't know how much I care. I think I'm more inclined to just play Dryad here, but it's debatable. I'm just gonna slam the Dryad. Classic Dryad being errated to be a Dryad instead of just a Nymph. I don't exactly know why they made that change, but I'm not complaining. It feels more natural to play Cavern on Dryad in order to plage a Dryad. As soon as we play this Cursed Totem, we're getting Snap Force of Vigor instantaneously. Our opponent kept a hand with no 1 mana acceleration. They have to have Force of Vigor. Rexage. Okay, that's fair. I hear what you're saying. I mean, we don't even need to play this Cursed Totem yet. We could just slam Ring next turn. Get the value train rolling. And I want to hit this land drop, so I'm actually just going to play the Ring. Does Cursed Totem stop Dryad Arbor from tapping for mana? Because tapping for mana is an activated ability. So we get to Stone Rain them and stop their main game plan. Is that what we're saying here? No land. Sad. At least we can play Dryad to again unlock our green mana. I did surreptitiously play a second Cavern on Giant in the hopes that eventually we'll draw a green source to just cast Titan, even if we don't get to keep our Dryad in play. No Force of Vigor. They played Rexage instead of Force of Vigor, so we don't get to get Force of Vigor on our Amulet bingo card. Although, if we win, technically, Reclamation Sage is a hate card, so we can stamp win through opponent's hate card. So, we'll see. That is assuming that we win in the first place, which maybe is not a good assumption. Oh, Fulminator Mage. Yep. Well, I'm glad we have Ring in play to try to keep up on our draws. Because we're going to need to hit land drops like crazy. And now if they have a... They don't have Force of Vigor? Yeah, maybe they had Fulminator and Rexage. I feel like they must have just drawn the Fulminator, though, because they probably would have played that earlier. Cavern. Alright, we'll draw with the Ring, because if we can go Dryad, land, Totem, but we need to find an untapped source. Tear us under the Ring. At least we still get to draw 1 card. They should have main phased this. Oh, they couldn't have, because of the wall. That's right. Oof. We're so close to that working, but it doesn't. So instead, I mean, do we need to play Cursed Totem? If they have frickin' Agatha's Soul Cauldron and they get to Fulminator Mage us again, they don't have any. They get to put 1+ counter. I think we need to play around a second a Soul Cauldron here and just play the Cursed Totem and just play it very patiently. And on the flip side, if we were to go bounce land, Dryad land, then we could just Titan next turn. Maybe they force us if they have a force and have been just holding on to it. Terra Sun is kind of an unusual one to see from them. I really don't want to get Fulminator Maged again, though. There's no way they wouldn't have just... never mind. They had to do this at instant speed with the Wall of Roots to get the second mana. I was like, they would have played the Soul Card in last turn if they had it, but I don't know if that's true or not. Because just going for Dryad and Titan just kills them next turn if they have nothing. I don't know that they will have nothing, though. I feel like getting Dryad into play here is just a good idea. Pick up, I guess, we want the untapped source. I was going to say we could pick up 2S to transmute for another bounce land in case we need to play around them continuing to destroy our lands, but if we're going to be playing Titan this upcoming turn, which is the whole point of playing the Dryad and double land play here, we need to have the untapped source, so pass back to them. Oh yes, right, beating Fulminator Mage, that one is definitely a hate card. 100% that one counts as a hate card. And if we get to turn off their Fulminator Mage plus Agatha's Soul Cauldron combo by playing Cursed Totem, I'm absolutely counting that as beating fast combo, because a 2-card combo, no! Fulminator Mage again, huh? I guess I got punished for not playing out the Cursed Totem, but... Can I stamp the same thing more than once? Because this is 4 hate cards right here. We're beating 4 hate cards if we beat this. Name Giant here. Is it kind of crazy that I just want to play Spelunking here? It's so greedy. If they have the 3rd Fulminator Mage or a Soul Cauldron, then we get absolutely wrecked, but it potentially sets up for Titan next turn and lets us hit a second land drop this turn. I think I'm actually just playing Spelunking. Any land off the top, and we get to Cursed Totem also, so I'm doing everything I can to lose this game. Also, let's see if they have the force. No land. Cool. It's all good. We'll just chill. Any land, we could have played Cursed Totem there also. But now if we top deck a bounce land, then we just slam Titan and win, so. And they have the force too, huh? Oh, wait. This is a legendary moment, guys. We have made our first bingo stamp. Get Force of Vigored. There it is. We did it. Man, I love getting Force of Vigored because it lets me stamp for bingo. Yeah, there probably is no real reason to be just trying to go for the Titan next turn every time, but like at some point I'm imagining they're gonna run out of hate cards, right? And we would have found the bounce land too, so if they didn't have the force there, they might have just been dead this turn. Right, we'll play Gruul Turf. We'll pick up, are these both on Giant? I don't know. What's this one on? Yeah, they're both on Giant, so it won't matter. So let's just float here, pick up the Cavern. We will play the Cursed Totem, and then have Titan next turn. No mana for you, opponent. Your Dryad Arbor is a 1/1 creature. Orcish Bowmasters. That one I'm not super afraid of. Well, if we do win this game, exactly, delaying the Cursed Totem to play around the Force. I mean, I don't know if you were saying this facetiously or not, but that was something that was in the back of my mind. I was like, well, you know, the more I play into Force without playing the Cursed Totem, the less likely it is that we just lose to them killing the Cursed Totem. They have a board here, though. Is it a large enough board? I don't know. We'll see. It's 4, 5, 6... Pendlehaven adding 1 point of attack to the clock here. Razor. Well, we're gonna slam a big boy, and this one gets the name not Archer. This one gets the name Beast to work towards a Cultivator Colossus. Considering we already have Titan mana in play. The classic use Cavern of Souls for fixing, and not because we actually need our Titan to be uncounterable. Yeah, I don't know. Not a whole lot of people in this world win by attacking in Modern anymore. It's not the most super common thing. The question is, what is the fastest way to close this game? It's probably just bounce land Valakut, right? And the next one we can just pact for Dryad. We do need to win very quickly. Our opponent's last card could be like a Grist or something, and that would be really problematic, killing our Titan. We could get, like, double bounce land, pick up T-West, Cavern. We'd have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, honestly, probably just Valakut bounce land is going to be the play. Or maybe Valakut Vesuva, even. Valakut Vesuva copy bounce land doesn't seem bad. We'll go with that. And then we'll pick up the Vesuva. Alright, we just have to not be dead. Crossing fingers. Land is great news for us. So we block the Rex Sage. We're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the Pendlehaven. Is not lethal. We'll block the Rex Sage because it's guaranteed to do 2 damage. Unless they have a second Bowmasters, in which case I think we're still not dead. Yeah, second Bowmasters would have added 2 power, but that would have left us at 1. So now if they have the 5th hate piece for our Dryad here, then we just lose, right? We could try to play around it by pacting for Dryad and playing Vesuva copy Valakut, and then just playing out some Grazers if they kill the, like floating some green, playing out some Grazers, and then being able to block their attackers. Well, we will pact here. Oh yeah, I don't plan on playing Colossus into a potential Bowmasters. I think we're just going for Dryad here. And we're going to play Vesuva now to get some triggers and see if they have a response. I'm putting all these triggers up at them, though, since we have blockers for their creatures anyways. There we go. Alright, so we got a game, which means that we get to tick one of these. Where was it? I mean, technically this is Dryad and Valakut lethal also, but I think this one definitely counts as beating hate pieces. That was on here somewhere. Hold on, let me make this bigger. Where was it? Win through opponent's hate card. Yes, we get to click this like 7 times. Alright, I'll just count it as that. We'll leave Valakut Dryad lethal for a separate occasion. Cursed Totem. Honestly, we almost died to just the creature beats there. And against our opponent's mono disenchant deck, I feel very good about sideboarding out all 4 sagas. Although Cursed Totem is probably not quite as good against mono disenchants. But yeah, I don't really plan on changing anything else. We could board in Defense Grid. That taxes their Court of Callings and Force of Vigors. Turn 2 win, it could happen. I mean, honestly, if we just play Cursed Totem on turn 2, that could be a turn 2 win. This is a really unusual hand because it does nothing, but at the same time, it's really disruptive. I mean, I think I would be crazy not to keep this, but, like, we need to draw a bounce land and then a regular land and a threat to really be doing anything here, so Dryad, not doing too much. Just Just lean on Grazer here. Because, like, we have Dismember for a Yogg and Curse Totem to stop, like, Fulminator Mage shenanigans and the combo, assuming they don't just kill the Curse Totem. Might just be going for the turn 2 Dryad. Oh, Agatha's Soul Cauldron, huh? Yeah, I mean, everyone is boarding in Artifact and Enchantment Hate. Well, they're definitely not prepared for the second Curse Totem, am I right? Okay, because they have Twilight Mire and they could just... I mean, they could have casted Fulminator Mage that turn, but now that it's very obvious they have Fulminator Mage mana, we are just going to play out a Curse Totem. I'm going to hold on to the Grazer for future use. I don't know, we would have to draw Amulet and Bounce Land and a big threat to make holding on to Grazer even worth it, but we are going to hold on to Grazer here. And I will definitely be playing Dryad into a potential Force of Vigor because that clears the way for the second Curse Totem, just so that it can get Rec-Saged. Bounce Land. Valakut. We'll take it. It's a land, so I can't be that mad. I would absolutely love if we don't get Force of Vigor, but it doesn't feel particularly likely. At least I have to pitch cast for it, though. No Grazer attacks. Okay, no pitch casted Force. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, Curse Totem for this matchup. I mean, it also depends, because it's not every opponent that's playing freaking Terra Sunder and Reclamation Sage on top of Fulminators and Agatha Soul Cauldron and all that. Like, sometimes it's like, you know, it's not like that. Unfortunately, we don't really have much we can do here, so we're just going to pass. Could have played an additional land if we had it to force the issue, but of course we're not playing the Curse Totem into a potential force here. I'm valuing the Totem higher than the Dryad. Maybe that's wrong, but our opponent's still doing nothing, so... Another Dryad, huh? Well, I guess we're just playing fully into whatever our opponent could have. What if they have double Force of Vigor? Like, what if that's what's happening here? I still don't know that I want to play the Curse Totem, because I feel like one way we lose is we play Curse Totem, then they force both Curse Totems, we, like, draw some more Grazers and don't find 6 land or a threat, or, like, we draw Mono Titans and then we lose that way. It is specifically for Yogg. But, again, well, Yogg usually plays Force of Vigor, which is hard to beat anyways, and Fulminator Mages. They usually don't have additional stuff like Rec-Sage and like Terra Sunder. I mean, I could be wrong on that. Maybe I should go familiarize myself better with the deck lists, but Young Wolf, you got it. I mean, now they might have to force both Dryads. They may not have a choice. And, well, it's okay. We'll just hang tight. We'll just play an Azusa and like nothing's happening. Should I play the second Curse Totem? I don't know that it's really playing around anything to hold on to it. It taps us out of Dismember, so I think right now is not the turn. Maybe the turn would have been play Curse Totem, hold up Dismember, and not play Azusa. I'm not attacking because I don't think our opponent's life total actually matters. You like sandbagging it? We have a Cord for 3. Grist, perhaps? Rec-Sage for the Curse Totem. We know they have a Rec-Sage because we saw it in game 2. Is Rec-Sage for the Totem. Well, at least we got to get through a Rec-Sage here. Right? A Bounce Land would be great. Dude, we might be able to get our Win Without Titan stamp here if we were to draw a Bounce Land. I would play the land before I play the Curse Totem, absolutely, just in case they do have Force. Actually, is it better for them to force Dryad plus Curse Totem? I mean, it's better not to play the Curse Totem because we don't want them to make that decision. It's better not to let them decide whether it's better to hit 1 Dryad and Curse Totem versus 2 Dryads. So it would definitely be incorrect to play Curse Totem before playing a land here, but I still don't know which is actually better for them. Okay, with this on the stack, we're going to go ahead and dismember the Yogg now. And we even get to get Dryad value by tapping for a black here. That's just professional Magic playing. That's how you know. Oh, I should have had one of the bingo things be filter mana through Dryad. Or through Mycosynth. Either way, filtering mana would have been a good one. Those are kind of a given, though, to be honest. Filtering through Mycosynth actually is pretty unique enough that it could have made the cut. But filtering through Dryad, that just happens all the time, so. So our Azusa has bit the dust. They play land. And they're cauldroning up Yogg. Okay. I don't know if they can combo here. If they have another creature, they can reset the Young Wolf and then sack the Young Wolf and then Yogg targeting their Young Wolf. I think they have to have another Undying creature for them to go off here. Halfling gets them some redraws, but I don't think it combos. So they just pass it back. Possible Boseiju or Force. Splunking. Not super fantastic. We are going to play it. Bounce Land, best possible draw. Alright, Bounce Land off the top one time. Or how about second Splunking? Alright, well now we have no choice but to just slam the Curse Totem, so put it into play, pass back. I will say being patient with these Curse Totems has seemed to pay off, so they do get to draw like 3 cards here. Was this Splunking count as the worst possible draw? That's a good question. Well, I mean, there are a lot of draws that aren't land that do bad things. Splunking might be the worst draw because it does nothing with the other Spelunking, but it is at least a redraw. I think Grazer was the worst possible draw there, I think. Or Cultivator Colossus. Cultivator Colossus is the #1 worst possible draw of all time. Just in general. Yeah, definitely not the worst possible, because at least it redraws. So, Proliferate. They're attempting to kill off our Dryad very slowly. I mean, go. Colossus definitely worst draw. Any land is good here. Honestly, really, it's just land that we want to draw at this point. Bounce land being the #1, but any land at all would be nice. Grist. Okay. It's vaguely annoying, but not like the most annoying. Now the Young Wolf is pretty annoying. I mean, this Cursed Totem looks like it's doing a lot of work. Right? Still, bounce land would be fine. We'll still take a bounce land. Oh, do we chomp? I guess we chomp. Don't block with the -1/1 Dryad. Any land to kill the Grist is good. Bounce land probably lets us transmute and cast Titan if we draw it. So bounce land's still best draw. Okay, any land works here. We'll play the Cavern. I mean, should we play the Spelunking? I mean, we definitely play Cavern here. And we'll name Giant. And my life total is high enough that I do not care about our opponent's Young Wolves. We'll just get this Grist off the table. Just making their chords a little better. Although they could chord for anything they want at this point, so... It might have been better to play the second Spelunking before the land in case we did find bounce land, but I still think we would have been a mana short. I will play another Spelunking here. Again, not the worst draw because it at least lets us redraw. So this has the potential to be a bounce land down the line. It could happen. Any land is still a good draw. Summoner's Pact I'll take because it lets us win next turn if our opponent has nothing, so... Still not playing Grazer here. I just don't see the point. I could attack for -1, but I don't see the point of that either, so... Alright, our opponent's setting up to be able to Yogg or Grist if they can kill our Cursed Totem. Let's just hope that they will not. You don't want to kill Cursed Totem. You never want to kill Cursed Totem. The End, targeting Dryad. That's an interesting one. Exile target creature or planeswalker, search, so it extracts them. Man, our opponent really hates Amulettitan. This is insane. I've never seen so many hate cards for Amulet. They really don't want to lose to Amulet. Like 100% they really don't want to lose. Okay, so if we Titan, we get double bounce land, play bounce land, Grazer and bounce land. It doesn't let us actually get to second Titan mana, so we play Titan, attack with it, second main. Maybe we have the mana to transmute Tolaria West. 2, 3, yeah. We can transmute and pack for Dryad and cast Dryad. Alternatively, we might be able to double strike Titan here thanks to the fact we haven't played a land yet. So we get Garrison Slayers. Our opponent doesn't have anything they can really do, so just going for the kill here with double strike I think is the best. They were probably a burn player before they turned to Yawgmoth. Well, I mean, if that's the case, we should just go ahead and stamp the the burn one. I forget exactly what it says. I'll show it in a second. We should ask our opponent if they played burn, because then we can label that as a classic burn L. Alright, we'll get this Boros Garrison and Slayers. And then we'll replay the Garrison as land for turn and go to combat. Well, it said click Slayer Stronghold. There it goes. We'll have it enter untapped. Yes. Thank you very much. I would like to haste one Primeval Boy. Punished for attacking, by the way, I guess. Please ask them. I can't. I'm too socially awkward to ask them. They probably wouldn't care. Oh, man, but we're doing... It's for the bingo. I have to ask them. It's so rude. I don't like this, but I did ask them. I said, did you play Burn by any chance? We'll have that one enter untapped. Oh, wait, we have the Sunhome in play, but it's okay. We can get Vesuva. So we'll pick up the T-West. We'll attack, double strike. All right, let's Vesuva and bounce land and double strike for the lethal. I apologize on behalf of my opponent for how slow my laptop is. It's really not made for this. Let's have them enter untapped. It doesn't ask for the Vesuva, which is how it should work, I'm pretty sure. We'll double strike Titan and see if that is lethal enough. Let's just pick up the Vesuva here. We'll yield until main phase. Because if somehow we make it to second main phase and our opponent is not dead, then I want to play bounce land. Oh wait, we don't have any mana. Okay, they're just dead. Dude, how do we actually win? How do we actually win against all of that? What the heck? Okay, there's got to be something on here, right? There's got to be something for that game. Sick Amulet line. I don't think that counts. That was a very basic Amulet line. Oh, we saw it for map in game 1. We did that. We can click that one. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Alright, so that means we're jumping in for match 2. They never responded about the burn comment, by the way. So now we need to play against burn. Whoever it was in chat that said they have never lost to Yogg. Oh, kill without amulet? Oh, that's right. We definitely did that. Spelunking came in huge. So we get to We get to stamp that one. Bang. Man, we're making good progress here. That's only match 1. Play Vesuva untapped. No. That's a very specific one. So that means choosing not to copy with Vesuva so that it will enter untapped. So you can tap it for mana with like a Dryad. Like it's a very specific one. Because we didn't play it untapped. It entered untapped thanks to the spelunking. It's not the same thing. But yeah, whoever said they never lose to Yogg in chat, I owe that match victory to you. All right. On the draw. Oh, Magic Devil 666. We might get some salt in the chat. It's kind of their shtick. Honestly, I'm here for it. We get to turn 3 One Ring. I mean, I'll keep it. Please, Magic Devil 666, be playing Burn. That doesn't look like Burn. This is not Burn. Okay, well. And it would have been so funny if we got to get our Burn L checklist, and then on top of that, get some classic Magic Devil 666 salt. Blue Tron, huh? I didn't know that Magic Devil 666 was known for playing Blue Tron. I'm gonna say in the chat, I'm ready for the salt. Chalice on 1 after we played our only 1-drop. Must feel bad for opponent. All right, let's just get our tapped Valakut out the way. 0 attacks. Match might go long enough. I need to preserve my chess clock as much as possible. And technically, with that Vesuva line we were talking about before, technically it wasn't a Vesuva. It was actually a Sunhome. So, okay, we'll attack with Grazer next time. Okay, 1 time just for chat. Okay, just for you. Okay. Let's play this One Ring into a Remand or a Condescend. It would be so ironic for Magic Devil 666 to play Condescend. Oh my god. That would be great. Alright. Tishana's Tidebinder. They deactivated the One Ring. Interesting. Alright, swing with the Grazer. Well now we lose the Grazer to the 3-2. Man, now I can't do it. Chat. Opponent said nice play. I'm gonna say thank you. I tried my best. Repeal Grazer. Oh, and now we can't chump block for the 3 damage. Oh no! However can we win? I promise, but look, we respect Grazer Boy way more than just to let him attack and die immediately. That's not cool. We can't do that. Ballista on 1. Okay, I'm listening. I have heard. Well, we technically could get a Valakut trigger with Dryad if we wanted to. We play land, play Dryad, play land, Grazer in land, but then we have to pay Pact next turn. I mean, it's probably not worth it, right? We just go Sunhome, Oh wait, I shouldn't have played the Grazer because of the Chalice. What am I doing? Speaking of disrespect for Arboreal Grazer. Yep, opponent says, counterspell. We're gonna get some very interesting chats in this match. Taking 4 damage. Our opponent's going to have Remand. They're going to love when I cast the Summoners Pact and they don't counter it, and then I play Cavern on Giant and cast Titan. But then they're going to have a second Tidebinder and then say something rude and or offensive for the memes in the chat. But, you know, it's going to happen. Let's see what our opponent thinks about Cavern of Souls naming Giant. Here's 1 Primeval Titan. The opponent said this Titan will come next year into play. I don't know what that means, actually, to be completely honest. Subtlety. Dude, does that count as a Subtlety L? Because we have to pay for Pact. I think that counts. I mean, we are going to top this, but yeah. They weren't wrong, dude. They actually were not wrong. This Titan is never coming into play. Dunked on by Subtlety. That definitely counts. That definitely counts. Oh, and they have a One Ring, too. Man. Well, well, I guess we can pack for Dryad, and then I don't know what else. Honestly, we could just say no. You know what? I'm gonna say no for the memes. We're just dead. I'll accept it. Lose to Summoners. Oh, wait, hold on, but that doesn't count. That was an intentional losing to Summoners Pact. I'm not gonna count that one on the bingo board. Opponent says good game. I'll say GG as well. Alright, we have defense grids for the Blue Tron opponent. We have another Cavern of Souls, number 3. Boseiju to break up synergies and or kill artifacts that we don't like. I don't mind it. Spelunking seems pretty decent against them. It's another Amulet effect that gives us a redraw. Endurance I'm not super sold on. They could have Spreading Seas effects, so like we could trim Saga for those, but I don't know for sure. They also can Tidebinder the Sagas. I'm pretty sure there's some interaction there that I'm supposed to know about, but I don't know about because I suck. I'm kidding, I don't suck. We can trim a Summoners Pact, maybe, but I don't love it. Let's just cut the Grazers And we'll trim Saga. Honestly, no. Saga's just really good against them. I don't care if they could have Spreading Seas. If they have Spreading Seas, then we'll just get dunked on, I guess. Man, I don't know what else to cut. What else are we going to cut? I feel like Azusa is probably decent against them. We can trim a Pact, trim a basic Forest since we're playing Cavern Souls instead. And I guess we do cut one Saga, regretfully. Alright. Lose Pact only counts if we get Field of Ruin out of 4 mana, or Blood Moon effects getting rid of our second green source. Or if I forget that I won't be able to pay for Pact next turn and lose to myself because of Summoner's Pact. That one counts too. And that could happen. Alright, we're mulliganing the almost zero lander. This is a wild hand, but I guess we'll keep it. We might be able to get the copy Amulet with Mycosynth. Check mark. Might be delaying the Saga by a turn to make some Saga constructs. I don't mind it. Although, we could just be using Saga to search for Bounce Land. Yep, I have lost to myself because of Summoner's Pact numerous times, as much as I hate to admit it. We still have not mulliganed down to 5 cards or less. Or was it less than 5 cards or 5 cards or less? That one definitely could happen. It was mull to 5 or less, still win. I feel like 5 or less is fair. We'll keep this one. Gotta put one back. It's probably just an Amulet, because they're pretty redundant here. Especially if our opponent plays Chalice on 1 again. Oh, I didn't even notice that, but they played Chalice on 1 when Chalice on 0 is almost always just a better play, right? Let's go ahead and play our Mycosynth out. We'll play Saga next turn, so we can make constructs. Losing to Pact is something that you just do. You do it a lot less the more you play the deck, but it is something that kind of just happened. Force! We got Force of Negation. Holy, I can't say that I saw that one coming. Our opponent leads on Tron Land. Alright, I mean, it's still playing Saga here. Swing it back. Definitely very glad we kept Saga for turn 2 here. My opponent says I'm eating amulets. Are they tasty? Oh, it didn't actually submit my message. There it goes. Okay, another Saga ain't bad. Do we want to delay this one, or do we want to just play it now? It depends on if we draw a bounce land or not. I feel like we can delay the next Saga by another turn. See if our opponent just has the natural 3rd Tron land. You would have played the Saga there? I'm not in that big a rush. It's fine. We'll just get a Saga Construct or 2 out of it and play it nice and slow. Our opponent could have... Wow! They actually have Natural Tron. Wow! Ooh, actually, that is an interesting line where we play the Saga, and then 2 turns from now, we can get Expedition Map with a copied Amulet and try to go from there. But even then, we don't have like enough lands in hand for the Cultivator to really matter. Suppose we could resolve our 1 ring here. By the way, our opponent has described the taste of Amulet for us. He described it as yummy. He or she. Tronland tank, huh? Too many overpowered, busted high mana options. Gotta figure out the right one. Aha. Karn the Great Creator, huh? That's an interesting one. Well, our double 1 ring hand does not like to see Karn the Great Creator hit the table, let me tell you. Now I'm very glad that we prioritize getting some Saga Constructs, because this Karn needs to leave play imminently. Liquid Metal Coating. 5. We need to respond to this Liquid Metal Coating. We would like to make a Saga Construct, which I guess I will just do now. Thankfully, Liquid Metal Coating did not stop us from making not 1, but 2 Saga Construct. They're hitting Mycosynth. No thank you. I instead would like to kill Karn the Great Creator. They could have a second Karn, I suppose. We would have found the bounce land too. Interesting. Well, now we can just get 3rd Amulet into play next turn. Oh wait, hold on. Not because we were talking about theoretical lines, but oh, our constructs are 4/4s because our land is an artifact. That's super hilarious to me. I don't know why, but that is freaking hilarious. Goodbye, Karn the Great Creator. Not so great now, huh? See if they have another Karn here. Are they just gonna go for coding? Ooh, map? Intriguing. So they map for tower, play tower, they have 5, 6, 7 again. 1 short of Karn for the, it'll be 1 short of Karn for Stone Brain and activate. There's a second Karn, but, I mean, we have Engineered Explosives. Interesting. Well, let's just, I don't know. Well, we can play... I guess we're just going to attack Karn, and when they pop explosives, we'll just play a bounce land and pass, so we can make some constructs after the explosives is gone. Try to kill Karn. Yep. Figured that might be the case. Okay, we'll play 1 bounce land here. I don't know for sure that we can actually beat our opponent's setup, but we'll find out. Especially without blue mana, we might have a chance. But if they find blue mana to interact with what we're doing in basically any way... not going to be great. See if they want to coding our bounce land here. It actually won't matter. I'm just playing this land to get the extra land and play against the active Liquid Metal Coating. Although, I guess throwing a Growth Chamber straight into Liquid Metal Coating so it can die is maybe not great. We need to draw Dryad or Azusa here. Okay, they coding our Simic. Sure. All right, let's float with the Forest and pick it up, and we'll make a construct dude immediately. I guess if they coding our Simic, that gives us the green light to copy with Mycosynth and fetch a third amulet, and then try to go off from there. Even then, we'd still be one short, though, so they'd probably just kill the Saga here. We can copy and then bounce up to 5, so we need to draw Summoner's Pact or Azusa to be able to get to Colossus here. And these rings looking horrible against Karn the Great Creator, let me tell you. We can copy our amulet with Mycosynth in order to buff our construct up to 3, but that won't actually kill the Karn once they plus it after the coding, so not looking great. We're going to lose 2 lands to the Karn. Titan draw incoming. I don't even think that... I guess we could cast it if we just played Growth Chamber without trying to copy anything. Unless they hold up the coding. If they wait to coding the bounce land after it comes into play but before it untaps, then I don't think we ever get to Titan or Colossus here, but I could be wrong. Unless we have Azusa, we can play 2 land drops afterwards. Interesting situation. Let me do a quick glance at our bingo board to see if we're about to get something. Saga Bounce Destroyed hasn't happened. Although it could happen if our opponent codings it, but really this is intended like with a disenchant effect. Although that did happen in the first one, but I'm not going to mess with that now because that match is over. Man, our first match actually ticks so many of these. Colossus with 3+ lands. That one maybe could happen. Probably not this game though, because we would need to draw Azusa to get there, and we only have 2 lands in hand, so that won't count. Although we might kill without Titan. Who knows, who knows. Titan wins if they coding on upkeep. Yes, but if they just hold the coding for the bounce land after we play it, like we play bounce land, all the triggers on the stack, they coding it, then there's the only way we actually get to Titan there, or Colossus, is if we have exactly Azusa or Pact off the top. So actually, Pact off the top is the best draw. Splunking. I don't know that that really does anything. Oh, they just let us untap with Saga too. That's interesting. Well, let's do this. They could repeal Amulet if we're not careful. They animated the One Ring into a 4/4. That's pretty sick. Oh, they have Tidebinder. Okay. Well, the Splunking redraw plus extra mana might actually get us to Colossus mana. Let's try to copy our Amulet, I suppose. Because they're countering our Saga ability here. So we're going to need the... It's worth noting that if our Cultivator Colossus had been an actual Titan here, we would be winning, but because it's not, we aren't. Hit 5 to make sure there's no yields. We'll see what we draw from the Spelunking. No, the Spelunking actually puts us up to enough mana to cast Colossus here. Spelunking was a fantastic draw. We're gonna get to Colossus. Oh, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Oh, well... Yeah, because they made the right play with the coding. Man, would have been nice if our One Rings were actually cards. Tidebinder too strong. Just killed our Saga. Oh, wait. Does that count? I think that might count. I think that counts. I'm gonna count it. So, we got a Saga Bounce / Destroyed. That definitely fits. Definitely fits. Opponent says, you like the Blue-Tron matchup? I'm gonna say, yes, I love it. Opponent says, Karn gave me a promise. I'm gonna say, oh yeah? What was that? Yes, but we didn't actually get to do the thing with the Saga that we intended because of their interaction for it, which was the oh goodness, Emrakul the Promise End. Interesting. That doesn't actually do anything against us, I don't think. Not right now. It was going to die anyways, but because of our opponent's interaction, we weren't able to get the Amulet out of it, which is the spirit behind the opponent bounces / destroys Saga, was that they prevent you from getting the Amulet or map that you need from it by having a card that interacts with specifically Saga. And in this case, Tidebinder served as that card, so that's why I'm counting it. We found the Titan, huh? We still need to find another ramp spell. We need to find... Oh, wait, we don't have Grazer in deck. Because I don't think we can get through the coding. Oh, and they get to attack into the Emrakul with the Amulet. So I think we've just lost the game. That's alright. We'll concede. See, it would be irrelevant if I was going by the literal law of what it says on the sheet. But because I am the streamer and I get to make the rules, and I also knew the intention behind the Saga getting bounced or destroyed, I'm following the spirit of the law, not the literal wording of the law. My opponent says, good game. I will say, GG. Alright, well, that happened. That was a match that happened. And we'll jump in here for the third match. Was there anything else? Oh, we got a Grazer turn 1. Hold on, wait. We gotta come back to this. Because I'm pretty sure we played a turn 1 Grazer in one of the games we just played. I don't know if it was It must have been game 1. We played a Torrent Grazer because we had the option. No. It was against Yogg. We played Torrent Grazer, and on turn 2, we could either Dryad or play the Totem. So we definitely got that. So what else? I don't think we've gotten any of these other ones yet. Oh, we did copy Amulet, I think. We got the Amulet copy for sure. All right. So let's keep this one. Opponent leads on Pendlehaven. Are we playing as Yogg again? Oh, Hardened Scales. Okay. It's a slightly different Pendlehaven deck. Weird that Pendlehaven sees so much play. Such a simple seeming card, right? Grazer and Saga and keep it going. Inkmoth is one of the easiest ways for us to lose. Thankfully, we have a couple of reach blockers for that Inkmoth Nexus. Grazer is just so good. I don't think Wizards of the Coast realized how good this card is when they printed it. It's literally perfect for Amulet. Hanger back on 2. Titan is a fantastic top deck. All right, and we're going to play second Saga here so that we can get map for bounce land if we don't draw a bounce land. We'll play Dryad here and set up a kill next turn. Swing it back to opponent. Now I will swing with the Grazer, okay? I don't care if they attack with a hanger back and like somehow get a +1/+1 counter on it. I will just take the damage. See, I am delivering on that promise from before. I didn't say when I would attack with Grazer. I said that I would attack with Grazer, and I've just done it. So, I don't want to hear any complaints. Opponent was so astounded by the Grazer attack. They really didn't expect it. It would be pretty funny if they just go Arcbound Ravager and then attack with Hangerback and I can't block with the Dryad. Soul Cauldron. Well, yeah, but they don't have anything to... they're playing Bliss on 0. This seems like it was really good for me. Oh, they get to kill the Dryad, so it didn't matter. They should have attacked for 4 first. They missed on 4 points of damage. Okay, bouncing off the top lets us get to Titan. Well, as I said, I would like to put 1 Primeval Titan into play, please and thank you. Respectfully. 1 Amulet of Vigor, and we'll just hold on to the Grazer. Could come in handy next turn. Alright, we'll pick up, I guess, just Forest, since we can leave the Boros Garrison in play. Or since we can pick up the Boros Garrison. Or we could just win. That works too. Cool. Alright. Oh, it's a turn 3 Titan! We got our free space. People, hold on. Bang. Finally. Alright. We got the triple Titan hand, huh? I mean, it's triple Titan plus an interaction. We're gonna mulligan that. Cursed Totem. The secret all-star of the league. We probably want this map to find a bounce land, so we're gonna bottom the redundant Dryad. They lead on Urza Saga. Alright. Zabaz. Hey, we found the bounce land naturally. That's interesting. We'll play Mycosynth. And I guess we're just going to go ahead and play map, because if our opponent wants to do anything to our expedition map, I am totally fine with it. Very excited to play this Cursed Totem. Patchwork Automaton. Well, Cursed Totem doesn't do much against the Patchwork Automaton plan. Gotta be honest there. And not that we can really do much about it. If we were to play Gruul Turf this turn, we could play Dryad next turn and try to lead into a turn 3 or turn 4 Titan, depending on if we have an untapped land. I think. No, turn 4 or turn 5 Titan against the Patchwork. We might need to go for that line. I feel like, I don't know if we need to prioritize getting Cursed Totem into play this turn. They can probably find a Haywire Mite off the Saga, but I don't know if that really matters. We can always just play Cursed Totem next turn if we need to. I don't think it really matters. I think we'll be able to find a way to fit the Cursed Totem into the schedule and doing this. Like, if we draw any untapped land, then we can go next turn. No, we'll be 1 short. If we find an Amulet off the top, next turn we can go Dryad into Cursed Totem. Scared of the Saga. I mean, what are they going to get? Springleaf Drum? A Haywire Mite that we will quickly just Cursed Totem away? Yep, Springleaf Drum. I called it. I freaking called it. Legendary. Ancient Stirrings. Okay. Dude, I need to clip that. What are they going to get? Springleaf Drum? Immediately searches Springleaf Drum? Oh, we have hardened scales. Scales have been hardened. Opponent's running low on resources here. What did they get from the stirrings? The pathway. Okay, that was the land that they played. We'll get that one gone. Patchwork Automaton. It's gotta be a big boy. I guess we could have prevented them from having green mana if I had played the... No, we couldn't have, because the Springleaf Drum has the ability, not the creature. So, yeah. Pithing Needle naming expedition map, perhaps? Post the clip as a short on YouTube. That is a fantastic idea. I might do that. Oh, they named the One Ring. Okay, that makes sense. We're taking 5, dude. 5 damage. I think we're going to be glad that I prioritized playing Dryad this turn instead of slamming Cursed Totem. Ooh, Splunking is so tempting, though. We Splunking into Titan next turn easily. If we play Dryad into Bounce Land, we can still go Land Titan, though. If not, we can go Spelunking into Cursed Totem next turn. but then we won't have a chump blocker. It's probably better to just go ahead and play Dryad, I think. And we'll just play Boros Garrison, perhaps. Dryad into Boros Garrison, pick up the land. And then we could just Titan next turn and kill them through Valakut if they don't have interaction for the Dryad. In fact, next turn we could even... No, we can, like, play Spelunking and Titan. It's probably fine, though. I guess we don't necessarily kill them with Titan, because double Valakut is only 12. Will do. Let's see. Spelunk... Oh, we could go Spelunking into Curse Totem this turn, but then next turn we don't have Titan, unless we were to draw a bounce land. We can map for the bounce land, so we go... Honestly, it's probably just playing Dryad this turn. I think I shouldn't be overthinking it too much. But then again, if we Dryad this turn, next turn we won't be able to kill the automaton because of the ward triggers. I don't know, we'll figure it out. There's probably a way. I don't know, my intuition is kind of telling me I should be playing Spelunking here. Next turn we can go bounce land, Titan, double bounce land doesn't work. If we Spelunking and put in the Sun Home, next turn we play bounce land, Titan. We could get like Valakut, bounce land, and play Dryad after. That doesn't really do much though, unless we were to draw something off the Spelunking. Weird. I think we're supposed to play Dryad here. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Dryad. This lets us make the most mana progress and gives us a blocker for the Patchwork. They don't have a lot that can interact with the Dryad. If we draw a bounce... Oh, we can map for bounce land. Hold on. No, we're short of getting both. Maybe it would have been better to play Spelunky, but then next one we would be Titaning without Dryad in play, which maybe is fine if we are planning to Boseiju the Patchwork. Arcbound Ravager. Well, we might be really glad for having Dryad in play, but it might not matter, because we might just be very dead. Which I guess Curse Totem would have stopped, but it would not necessarily have meant that we could win. I guess next turn we'll be one short of being able to map for Boseiju the Patchwork pay, and play Curse Totem. We can map for Boseiju and Boseiju the Patchwork after chumping it, and then play a Titan on turn 6? Turn 5? I don't know what turn it is, actually. According to MTGO, it would be turn 6, but it does each person's turn as a passing turn, so... Or maybe not. I don't know. It used to. Maybe they fixed it. Alright, well, I'll wait for them to attack, and then I'll do some math real quick. So, each thing they sacrifice to Ravager is going to be putting one counter on it, but Zabaz, if Modular would put a +1, it puts that many +1. So this doesn't affect the ability of Arcbound Ravager to sack it. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We most definitely have to block the Patchwork here. I don't think that's even an option. I'm very glad I played Dryad now. Although I guess Curse Totem would have stopped them from sacking to Arcbound Ravager. If we draw a bounce land, we can Spelunking in to do things. Oh, One Ring gives us protection for a turn. That's interesting. If we just Boseiju this, they sack it to the Ravager. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They hit us for 11. We're not technically dead. I guess we lose if they have any artifact they can sack. So we probably have to play the One Ring here. And then we can't draw with it, but we still get the protection. Okay, and then next turn we can play Curse Totem into get Boseiju, but we can't activate it. Man, tough spot. Because we have to pay for the ward as well, so we can't even map for Boseiju and use it on the Patchwork here. So we only have the play of playing the One Ring, so... There's not much I can do about the messages and how long it takes them to get to me. It's not like I've set a delay or anything. It's just how it is. Oh, and they have the Might also. Okay, now I'm just getting extra punished for not playing the Curse Totem way earlier. Alright, well, we could pretty safely scoop this one up, I think. Because we can't even play Titan next turn unless we have a green source. If we draw green bounce land, we can play Spelunking and bounce, play Titan, and try to go from there. Although they can Might the Spelunking. So, we play Curse Totem, Spelunking. We have to draw exactly another One Ring. But we have to play the Curse Totem first. And, no, wait, we can't draw exactly the One Ring, because we have to find a bounce land. And I don't think there's any way that we don't just lose here. Yep, we'll just move to the next game. It's all good. Honestly, maybe Spelunky's not that great against them either. It felt kind of slow. Nah, we have another Curse Totem hand. We get to play it on turn 3 after deploying a Spelunking, which is probably good enough. Man, that Patchwork Automaton really killed us. Usually Patchwork isn't super relevant in this matchup, but that particular game, it looked very impressive. I guess Curse Totem stopping Haywire Might is pretty sick. Opponent molds to 6, molds to 5. Huh. Not looking good for our opponent. I guess they're mulliganing for interaction, perhaps? I don't think that there are any of the bingo slots that are specific for this matchup, really. Perhaps Kill Without Titan could come up, or Sick Amulet line might. We're more likely to have, like, double Amulet against them if they don't just have Force of Vigor. Alright, we'll play Boseiju and swing it back to them. They lead on Hardened Scales. It's a good opener. Alright, we'll play Bounce Land and pass back. Next turn we can Spelunking into Cursed Totem and get absolutely wrecked by Force of Vigor. That's pretty unavoidable, though. I think on the Mold of 5 from them, I'm not as scared of a potential Force of Vigor. Welding Jar, huh? That must have been one that they got off the top. Oof, Damping Sphere. That was kind of rough. Actually, since we have second Boseiju, it's barely an inconvenience. We'll play Cursed Totem here. Swing it back to them. Next turn, we'll Spelunking in the Boseiju. And then we'll go from there. Another Hardened Scales, okay. And a 3/3 whatever it is they're about to play. Hangerback Walker, 3/3 Walking Ballista. I guess it could be a 3/3 Arcbound Ravager. Or it's a nothing, apparently. I don't know. Don't know what our opponent's doing. Oh, activating Ink Moth, okay. They're trying to win the hard way, huh? They're just gonna swing for 10 turns, huh? Is that the plan? Is that the idea? That's what we're going with, huh? Alright. Well, I have one Spelunken. I will explore the caves. Imagine I misclicked on the Boseiju. I will make sure that does not happen. Put it in Tolaria West. Have it enter untapped. Pass back. Honestly, at this point, we don't really even need to Boseiju. We can just, like, you know, One Ring and play it slow and, like, not care about anything. Honestly, playing the One Ring before we Boseiju, just to make sure we get as many activations before it gets needled or haywire mighted, might be better. It also will gain us 3 life against the Arcbound Ravager, which is not nothing. Play Mycosynth. Yeah, I'm just going to play the One Ring here, to be honest. Before they can draw a Pithing Needle to name it. Or before they Force of Vigor our Spelunking away. Spelunking and Cursed Totem, I mean. Another Welding Jar. You got it. Fine by me. Have your Welding Jars and the Haywire Might. Man, Cursed Totem looking absolutely insane. Looking absolutely busted. Alright, we'll draw with our ring. We Boseiju, Bounce Land, Titan. Our opponent just kind of dies. I would like to get rid of one Damping Sphere, please. I wasn't a fan of that one. Oh, that's right. They can just protect it, of course. That's fine. So now we just play, like, T-West, and I guess the Welding Jars do something interesting. Well, we'll play T-West and a second ring, then. Collector Oof. Well, I mean, I was going to say Collector Oof doesn't do anything against Yogg, but theoretically, Cursed Totem, if they have the answer to it, which might happen relatively frequently, theoretically, Cursed Totem doesn't really do anything against Yogg either, because of that. I don't know. So far, Cursed Totem's looked pretty good. We're just burying our opponent with one ring. I mean, at this point, we could just pack for Titan and just go for it. 6, 7. So we, like, filter with Mycosynth and, like, don't even bother with the Boseiju. We could. You could get Bounce Land Forest and pick up the Boseiju that's in play with our Titan ETB trigger. Oh, no, we wouldn't want to do that because then we wouldn't have double green. We get double Forest, I guess. Another Ravager, okay. Probably need to put a creature in play pretty soon against our opponent's growing battlefield. Maybe we just don't activate the ring here, just only take the one. So if we play Saga, filter through the Mycosynth for green, make 6, play Titan, get double Forest, we can then Boseiju Damping Sphere to expend the Welding Jar and have Titan in play for this upcoming turn. We could even maybe like try to Boseiju Damping Sphere. We have a Titan to block one of the Ravagers, and then we can transmute Tolaria West for Dryad next turn after we finally Boseiju the Damping Sphere out of play. I think that's... Oh, hold on. We can't play the Titan if we Summoners Pact, because it'll be taxed by 1 for the Damping Sphere. So I guess we're just going to take 7. Maybe that's fine. Okay, so we'll play Saga, I suppose. And we'll play... We don't want to play Spelunking, because then we can't use the Boseiju, which is going to be important. So let's play... Oh, wait, we can if we filter through Mycosynth. So we'll filter here. I mean, we could just Boseiju now, but all that'll do is give them an extra land this upcoming turn if they have a forest to search for. So we'll just be chill, be patient. Put in, I guess, Boros Garrison. Pick up the Tolaria West that we want to transmute next turn. Deploy our Amulet. And then we'll Boseiju their Damping Sphere on instep, and then untap with Bounce Land to Boseiju Damping Sphere again. And hopefully actually get it out of play this time. And Moth Nexus coming in for an infect. We're getting poisoned. It is happening. Just take the damage. Patchwork, okay. We do have to kill our opponent this upcoming turn. So That's something worth thinking about, is they have to be actually dead. So we play Bounce Land, float with the Besage, pick it up, kill that. Damping Sphere, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We packed for... Oh, we can transmute, pack for Titan. Oh, or we can just have a Titan also. That makes things a lot easier. Okay, so we'll let this go. We'll float with this, play the Sanctuary, have it enter untapped. We'll pick up the Beseiju, and then we'll go from here. So let's... I guess we could copy Amulet. I don't know if that leads to an easier and faster win, but we could do it. Let's tap the Sunhome, I guess, because... maybe not. I don't think we're going to need to make a Saga token. Let's Beseiju the Damping Sphere. Oh, and we win the match. Alright, that's good enough, I suppose. So that means that we are now 2-1, which is pretty good. We'll jump in here for match 4. Quickly check the list here. I don't think we got anything extra, so no bingos so far. Technically that was a kill without Titan, but only because our opponent conceded, not because we were actually going to win without having to use a Titan. So I don't think that we got anything from that. Sad. 1 through hate again. True. We only had to use like 3 Beseijus. It only took 3 Beseijus in a row. Man, if I somehow end up not getting a bingo, I guess that means I'll have to do this again. I'll have to keep doing it until I get a bingo. So far, the only way for us to get a bingo would be to Colossus with 3+ lands and get Dryad Valakut lethal. Or maybe like go on this Crossways, because that has 2. Or no, playing Vesuva untapped and getting somebody to Leyline Binding our Titan would do it as well. Those don't seem like super likely things to happen immediately. Playing against the only fish. And MC Joe is deciding to have a conniption. There we go. Be on the play. This is an interesting hand. We have no bounce land, no threat. We do get turn 1 Amulet, but this like hand isn't really going anywhere. If we're playing as a Ragavan, this hand's fantastic. We just go turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 Grazer and land. Any bounce land plus threat gets us to Titan. Like we could potentially get a better hand on a mole, but this hand seems to meet the baseline. If we're playing against something control-y, then having a bunch of Grazers isn't great, but I guess we'll keep... Yeah, not a single red deck yet. We'll just play Amulet here, and then we'll play Grazer next turn. Don't want to get Amulet discarded by a Thoughtseize if our opponent's on a Thoughtseize deck. Overgrown Tomb. Dude, I called it. Hey, another Amulet's actually really good against whatever our opponent's doing over there, I would assume. If we can draw bounce land and threat, then we'll be good. Hey, we might be able to get our threat discarded and get that checked off on our bingo board. Holding the Grazer intentionally here. Yep. So far, Ragavan, Blood Moon, and Burn all impossible to take off. That's correct. Not a Tarmogoyf. Oh no, how can we beat that? Okay. Alright, let's draw bounce land. On the bright side, if our opponent Thoughtseizes our Titan, we can check off only threat discarded. So, Temple Garden. We're playing against Junk. Playing against Abzan. Not very common you see Abzan anymore. Second Tarmogoyf is equally as threatening as the first one, which is not that threatening. And we found the bounce land. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that easy. It is that easy. Opponent, I would like to welcome you to exit the game at any time. Worst possible draw is Grazer. Yes, we have to keep that in mind, because if we can get the worst possible draw checked, that's what we want to do. So we can double Titan and double strike both. So unless our opponent has Force of Despair. If they have Force of Despair, then they deserve the win. Alright, we'll pick up a Forest. Play a Big Bad Primeval Boy. We'll TOS Transmute for a Summoner's Pact and play second Titan. And then we'll haste both and double strike both. And that will be all she wrote. Our opponent could concede here. Let's see. We want Simic and Talaria West. Had to look up Force of Despair, huh? What, you're not familiar with Modern All-Star Force of Despair? I know, it's more of a meme than anything. Although I have gotten Force of Despair before in the past, but ironically though, like one time I did get Force of Despair and it actually didn't matter. Our opponent scoops it up. Cool. They see the writing on the wall. Alright, so we still have the potential to get our only threat discarded. It could happen. Is Grazer a threat? Yes it is. I should go take it off. It wasn't our only threat though. Well, yeah, because we had a second Grazer, so... I mean, I guess technically it was our only threat in the sense that both of the cards were the same, and so they discard one of them, and it was our only threat in the hand because all we had were Grazers, but I don't know. It's too much technicality for me. Why are they playing white? That's a good question. Maybe Leyline Binding, but they didn't fetch for Triomes. Like, Lingering Souls? Elish Norn. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I can really think of. Wait, but if they are playing Leyline Binding, then we might be able to Beseiju their Leyline Binding. Can't cut Grazer, he's a threat. I have to disagree. I hate to say it. I have to disagree. I don't think Grazer really counts as a threat. And we have Generous Hint as a green source for this hand. So we can go like turn 1 T-West, turn 2 Saga, get Forest, and then either just start making Saga constructs or commit Dryad. We might be playing a nice and slow game, like turn 1 T-West, turn 2 Bog, get our Forest, turn 3 Saga plus Dryad. And I don't really hate it. It's kind of slow, but maybe our opponent's being kind of slow too. I don't know. Marsh Flats. Marsh Flats. Thoughtseize. Well, honestly, they'd probably just take Dryad here. you would go Saga into Saga. I could see it. I feel like that's going a little too all in. We can take our time and extract some value here. It's not like they have Ragavan to clock us and like in the game just by hitting us. They did fetch Godless Shrine. What? They took Generous Hint? Really? That's the plan, huh? We're taking Generous Hint? All right, let's play Tolaria West. And pass back. I'm actually baffled. Like, are they trying to cut us off of green? They're just like, nope, they'll never draw another green land ever again. Oh, and now they have to take Summoner's Pact for sure. Nope, they take the Dryad now. Okay, I stand corrected. I don't know what... And we would have drawn the green source too, so... Oh, now we're playing Saga for sure. Our opponent's choices with the discard don't seem to have paid off very well. Let's just hope they don't kill our Saga. I feel very ahead if they don't have interaction for Urza's Saga. If they do have interaction for Urza's Saga, then I don't feel very great about our spot. Collector Oof. Collector Oof. Okay, I hear you. Well, I guess we'll play Beseiju. We could play Saga and take it a little less slow, get Amulet, and then second Amulet, if we draw a bounce land, we can just like kill them. We have the potential to Colossus with 3+ lands. There's a possibility. Or do we just get Saga value? I think I'm still on the take it slow route. I'm gonna get some Saga value, and like our opponent's clock is freaking Collector Oof, okay? Collector Oof for ring, sure. You know what, I'm fine with that. Even if I draw a ring, I'll still be like, yeah, that's fine. You can have a Collector Oof. Restless Cottage. Okay. They're swinging with Collector Oof. Oh no. I don't know how we could possibly beat this. I was really expecting a Tarmogoyf when they played Collector Oof, and they played Collector Oof instead, and I was like, huh, okay. We now have outclassed our opponent's Collector Oof on the battlefield by virtue of playing a land and spending some mana. You love to see it. Let's get an Amulet of Vigor into play. Not affected by Collector Oof, notably. Here's an Amulet, and now we play Urza Saga number 2, and we'll just go straight to the beats. Honestly, I think I'm attacking with a Construct, and then not blocking with the other Construct if they do attack with a Collector Oof, because I want to clock them, and these Constructs are a serious clock, and if they attack with Collector Oof into a Construct, and I block, and then they have a way to kill this one, I lose both Constructs. I actually value the Construct token way higher than getting the Collector Oof out of play. So, Terrace Under the Saga. Alright. Yes, oh no! They can deactivate our Expedition map! Oh no! Not in the map! Oh, we can transmute Tolaria West for bounce land by playing Vesuva copy Tolaria West. Prismatic Ending. Oh, we have our answer. We now know why they're playing white. Honestly, Prismatic Ending is a pretty good card, so I can understand that. Ugh, we did draw the ring, of course. Alright, so I guess we're going Vesuva the Tolaria West. Transmute for bounce land. Oh yeah, Saga did get destroyed. Saga... Oh, but we already had that one. We already had that one. Saga bounce / destroyed. Although, for those of you who thought that the last time that I used that token, for those of you who thought it didn't count, well, now I have it legitimately, so to say. We'll transmute, get our bounce land here, get, I guess, just Growth Chamber, pass back. Now, I'm still attacking, to be honest. I don't care about Collector Oof. This is how little I care about Collector Oof. 3 black mana. They got a Necromentia. Okay. Well, our dream of Cultivator Colossus thing is becoming more real. They name Primeval Titan. I'm shocked. Alright, they have exiled all 4 Titans. They're gone. Oh, did I sideboard out the Colossus? I might have. I wasn't expecting Necromentia. I did. I sideboarded out the Cultivator. Okay, well, no Cultivator to be had here. Well, we could pack for Dryad. Play Slayers, Dryad... Hold on. Play Bounce Land, pack for Dryad, play Slayers, haste Dryad, and attack with both. Don't hate it. We're doing it live. How are they at 7? Because I've been attacking them and ignoring Collector Oof. That's how they're at 7. Also, Fetch Shocking adds up. If they want to kill us with Damping Sphere here, then... No, even that doesn't kill us because we have Dryad to fix our colors. So, we're just clocking them. Yes, this will be a win without Titan, literally. No Titan in deck. Assuming that we win. 1 Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Play Slayer's Stronghold. Haste the Dryad. and just swing for 6. This is almost their whole life total. And now, if they do have to chump with the Collector Oof, it unlocks the ring that we have in hand. I would like to attack, please. They have to block the Dryad here, too, unless they have a removal spell in hand. Because then we can just... Oh, I guess we pay for pack... Oh, wait! We can play Vesuva untapped as well, to guarantee that we have enough mana, or just to flex, to be honest. Lily of the Veil. Okay. Well, we get to pay for pact and then pact for something else. They're at 3, so... Now might be the time to deploy Bajuka Bog on our opponent's graveyard. Beseiju. Okay. Well, let's not lose to our Summoner's Pact. Endurance. Okay. Well, let's bog them, and then we can Endurance ourselves to shuffle the Generous Int back into our deck so we can pact for it as a threat. Oh, yes. You already know. Honestly, we're just going to pact for Dryad and haste it with Slayer Stronghold for lethal. They'll have to have instant speed removal for Dryad. And they played out with Beseiju, so they were not playing around it. Oh, 3 mana. Another Liliana. Our opponent's legitimately actually just dead on board. They're actually just fucking dead. They're very dead. No, not a Liliana. You know what? I'm discarding the One Ring. The one that they turned off with Collector Oof and now would draw 1,000,000 cards for us. I'm discarding it. It's gone. Because we are going to kill them with one Dryad of Listen Grove. Get ready to stamp your Win Without Titan, because we're getting it. Not Vesuvaing the Mainland. That's true. That's true. I did lose style points. Dang, I should concede. How's it going, Yusa? For those of you who don't know, Yusa is an Amulet freaking legend. I mean, come on. We lost style points by not copying the Mainland, but we gained style points by killing them with Dryad Haste. I would like to see freaking Hanweir Battlements do this. Attack you. Slayer Stronghold is a threat. True. True. We only won this game because of Slayer Stronghold, actually. All right. Bingo board time. Bingo board time. We got the Win Without Titan. Where is it? Kill Without Titan. Oh, okay. Man, we need to play against a Blood Moon Magus deck, or Colossus and Dryad Valakut lethal. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to happen, guys. I don't know if we're going to get the bingo. All right. Last match. Our only loss was to Mono Blue Tron, of course. Oh, I could have played Vesuva untapped just for the bingo board. Is that really in the spirit of the game, though? Hold on. Let me pull this back up. Here's the bingo board. Vesuva untapped would have given us this one right here. So if we get our Titan Leyline Binding, because I could have played Vesuva untapped and chose not to, I will count that as a bingo if we get both of these. Okay? Does that make you happy? All right. We're in here for the last one. Are we going to get the bingo or no? Ooh, turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 Spelunking. Sign me up. Sign me up. I'm here for it. Against Urza's Power Plant. Ugh. It's going to be such an easy match. Except I don't think we're going to get any of our bingos, unfortunately. It's not looking particularly likely. We didn't play against a single red deck the entire league. Not one red deck. Unless our opponent's playing Mono Red Tron, which I have strong suspicion they are not. Oh, Mind Stone. So it's Mono Bad Tron. Okay, so we can go Dryad into turn 3 Titan, or we can just play Forest. We can Beseiju them. We could Dryad into Beseiju them and to bounce any ramp spell less as Titan next turn. Do we need to actually Beseiju, like respect Tron and Beseiju here, or do we just keep trying to make progress? I mean, even putting Spelunking into play isn't actually getting us there. So we'd have to play Dryad land and then have Titan next turn. It's going to be not great against Thought-Knots here, but we're not good against Thought-Knot either way. I think I'm going to disrespect Tron, to be honest. I'm just going to play the Dryad. If our opponent had not played Mind Stone, I probably would have respected Tron and killed the Tron land, but they don't have it. Even if they do have Tron, what are they going to play? Matter Reshaper? I don't care. If we draw second Amulet, we can, and our Dryad were to die, we can still Spelunking into Titan. Alright, let's see if they have Tron. Aha! Rewarded for disrespecting Tron. Karn is a little rough, though. That one is rough. It also eats our Expedition map, unfortunately, so this no longer does anything. Grazer. Okay. So we can bounce land into Spelunking, and if we draw a Amulet, we can put in bounce land up to 3, Amulet, Grazer, bounce land, we'd be 1 short. Is there anything we can actually Spelunking into here? I don't think so. Alright, well, I guess I'm just playing Beseiju into Spelunking. We'll play Beseiju into Spelunking. Again, I'm still disrespecting Tron. They simply don't have it. They never had it, they don't have it, and they won't have it. Buffed Collector Oof. True. This one is actually way more scary than Collector Oof. Another Amulet, huh? Well, that one might have been good enough. That one might have been good enough if I had played Gruul Turf first. Although I think I did the math. It was 3 down to 2. We didn't have another land drop. No, it still would have been short. But why? Hold on. I should not play Amulet of Vigor into the onboard Blast Zone. That would be what they call not good. I will play Expedition Map, though, because it doesn't matter if our opponent has Karn in play and might entice them to pop Blast Zone during their turn. I don't know why they would, but they might. Coding. That was what they searched for with the Karn minus, I'm sure. Dismember for Amulet. A Warping Whale. Animate Warping Whale and leave up coding for this upcoming turn. Interesting. So we play Amulet. We bounce land. They coding it. We grazer in, bounce land, play Azusa, and pass back, I guess. It's not really escapable. They're going to be able to kill our haste land here, which is not going to be wonderful. Right, let's see the coding opponent. Oh wait, we can have it enter untapped. We get to play around coding by the fact that our bounce land enters untapped. We actually, Spelunking plays around the freaking liquid metal coding. That is so cool. Man, that is sick. Well, I don't know if we would have had Titan mana otherwise then. I didn't realize that this was an interaction. If we had one more... Oh, we still get to... No, we can't get to Titan. We can't get to Titan unless our opponent doesn't use the coding here. Oh, no, wait. We still get to Titan because it always enters untapped. It always enters untapped. So we get to Titan here if they don't have Dismember. That is so sick. Yeah, I didn't need to play Amulet here. It's still fine. It is so funny that Spelunking plays around the liquid metal coding. I've never had that come up. And I guess we just keep bounce land in hand. I don't really see a reason to do anything else. We can even haste here if they didn't... Yeah, there we go. We can even haste here because both of them would enter untapped, the Vesuva and the Boros Garrison. That was a strange win. Honestly, I don't feel like I deserve that one. Ugh. Turn 1, Saga Amulet. Turn 2, Expedition Map. Turn 3, Titan. I will keep this one for sure. Does the last game count as a sick Amulet line? Because... Oh, wait. You guys couldn't see it, but our opponent just scooped the match. Oh, man. Wow. Opponent said, you know what? I've had enough Amulet Titan for my life. Well, that was fascinating. For those of you who are watching here on Twitch, I do plan on tomorrow streaming probably some Stanley Parable. So look out for that. Let's check real quick just to make absolutely certain that we did not get a bingo. Sick Amulet line, maybe. Probably not, though. Yeah, I think we just didn't get the bingo. So we'll have to do this again. Honestly, I can't complain. 4-1's pretty good, and it's called the stock list for a reason. So we got to see the Cursed Totems in action. They look great. These defense grids, 3 of them seems like a bit overkill, but they are mainly for rhinos. I don't know. It's just a good list. Good solid Amulet. Good solid 4-1 as always. So yeah, I don't have much else to say about this league. If you're watching on YouTube, then this is the end for you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't. This is Red Face Menace, signing off.